This video is about Silva Method and Silva Method techniques. In this video, we're going to talk about the three fingers and the different applications that you can use for the three fingers technique. Hello, my name is Stephen Dobos and I am an abundance scientist coach as well as a Silva Method instructor. If you want to get more information about the Silva Method, Law of Attraction and Abundance, then subscribe to the channel by clicking on the button below.
So what I'm hearing is that there's an intention which unlocks the or accesses that state that's required for us to either turns into a radar or an antenna, or perhaps it'll bring us to a different state of mind, or it'll calm us or reset us, but it'll bring us to the place which we're focusing on through our intention.
Yes, absolutely.
Hence, we can do 200 or 2,000 or 2 million different applications. It's really just our own creativity.
Exactly. That's what, when I was doing that list, I thought I'd better stop at 200. I can't go. But yeah, there's literally no limit except your own imagination. So absolutely. What I like too is, I keep saying, well, it's mental, but of course our mind affects our bodies so much that if you're in a situation, for example, sportsman or walking on ice or something that could be physically dangerous, if you put your three fingers together, you're able to take more care of what you're doing. I'll give you a really, really simple little example. I was trying to get into a door which was locked and really, really old, and I knew I'd had trouble with it before, and I was in a hurry, so I put the key in, won't turn, pull it out, and I'm getting more and more frustrated, and it's just blocking and won't turn. So I thought, okay, settle down, three fingers. So I take my three fingers and I literally put the three fingers around the key, and I go, and it just goes straight in and turns. So because I was centered, I was calm, I wasn't all over the place. And so really tiny little things. So what I always say to my students is just remember to use it, because you don't have to think about how does it work or what do I say, or just basically, I want something, put the three fingers together, and that will help you on your way.
That's excellent. And it is so easy. And it's so much easier than doing this every time you want to, get it.
I remember that. That's Jerry Seavey. That was him showing how to do a really awkward anchoring.
So for those Silva grads who just want a quick refresher as to how do we program the three fingers technique, could you explain it or maybe guide us through a quick reprogram of the three fingers technique?
Well, I can explain it and I can guide it if you wish. But so basically, pretty well every graduate who uses it doesn't need to reset it unless they want to prepare a particular circumstance for it. But I must admit, what some people say, does it ever wear out? Well, it's not, what can I say? It's not mechanical. It's organic. So, it's not like something that physical that you use that will wear out. I had one of my students actually said to me, "Oh, I save it for only really important occasions." Yeah. I said, no, it's like your brain. The more you use it, the better it works. So if graduates have been using it regularly, it just keeps working better and better. But if people forget about it and don't use it for a while, then it would be a good idea to reset it. So what you would do would be go to your alpha level with the standard 3-to-1 technique that every Silva student knows. Maybe go deepen a little bit, counting 10-to-1, go to your ideal place of relaxation. And then when you're nice and calm, put your hands in the three-finger technique. Now, they actually have to be in the physical position because the body registers the feeling. It's no good to just sit there and thinking, oh, I'm so relaxed, I don't feel like moving, I'll just imagine it. But actually put the three fingers together. and then reprogram yourself, saying, every time I put my three fingers together like this, I instantly become more calm, more focused, more aware. So you can give yourself a little list like that. And if you're programming for a specific occasion, like, for example, speaking in public, and I will instantly be aware of the audience energy, I will be aware of their needs, I will remain calm and concentrated and centered, I will find exactly the right words to say, my memory will bring back everything when I need it, and I will also be able to communicate my energy and my passion for this subject. So you can literally describe exactly what you want to happen as your three fingers are together. Okay, but of course it would depend on what specifically you want to do. But it's very good if people are preparing for an interview or talking public or a presentation. It can help just to reset the three fingers for that particular event.
Excellent. So that's a great reminder, because
Yes.
I think what I'm getting from what you're saying is, although we learn it as Silva students, we tend to stop using it. Or, it's like anything. If we're not meditating regularly, if we're not, using our brain enough, we're not cooking often enough, then we'll start to forget. It won't come as easily to prepare that dish.
It's like any conditioned response. If you don't use it, it will gradually fade away. So yeah, sometimes you have to reprogram.
Okay. So that's a great help, because it's a great reminder for those who've taken the Silva course. And remind me, when someone repeats the Silva course, do they have to pay for that? Or
in France, they pay 10 euros a day. That's just to contribute to the room, because usually we're hiring a room double the size of the actual new people. And the same for Zoom sessions, because I usually limit to a certain number of people on the screen, because it's live. I don't want to lose them in a screen that's got over 50 people, etc. But yeah, pretty well anywhere in the world, there's just a small contribution to the room hire or the screen.
excellent. And that's really important, I think, because the Silva Method is one of those courses where you can review the course over and over again, and it's really just enough for a lunch for two people if you want to review the whole, the 4 full days. And that's a very unique offering. Also, it gives you the opportunity to get new ideas.
Absolutely. In fact, before I became a Silva instructor, I had done the basic class 10 times with 10 different people, including Jose Silva. And every time I was picking up new stuff, there was a new approach, there were new anecdotes, a new explanation. Obviously, all the techniques are the same, they're classic, but it's fascinating every time. And people who just come back and do it with me, they've already done it with me. The second time round, they say, I don't remember you saying that the first time. I say, I always say that. I always say, you just weren't listening at that particular moment, or you were focused on something else. So yes, it's very rich, and people can go on repeating and repeating. And there's no limit. It's not like we tick it off. Okay, you've had your 10 repeats. That's it for the rest of their lives.
Oh, that's excellent. Yes, it's and I there's something I'd like to share about that, because I once took a course, a meditation program, and it was in German. And my German, apart from ordering beer and a sandwich, there's not much more I can do. And in fact, it was one of the best courses that I took, because what I discovered was, in that space, I just relaxed myself so much that the meditations were the deepest that they've ever been until that time. So I encourage Silva grads to take course in any language that they can access, because even if you don't speak French, or you don't speak Italian, or you don't speak German, or any language, you can join into the course. And as you go through the meditations, it's going to reprogram, and it's going to trigger and reactivate what you've already done. So because it's such a low cost review offering, take advantage of it. And Lee offers it, on a daily basis. So and some instructors offer it on a daily basis. So go for it and give it a shot, and spend half a day or a day What's €10? You can't get a croque monsieur for €10 anymore.
No, you can't. Right. And yeah, and it's actually, and despite yourself, you will actually start picking up the language as well.
Mm.
For example, I wanted to learn a bit more Spanish, so I wasn't completely lost with my Spanish colleagues. And I found a recording that Jose Silva had done in Spanish of the long relax.
Mm.
Now, even though I didn't know half the words, because I know the long relax so well, I was hearing everything that I knew already, but in these different words. I was listening to it in alpha, and I just felt so at home. It was brilliant. So I recommend this to people too, not just, to experience in different ways, but it can actually be brilliant for helping you learn a language.
So language instruction as well.
Yes.
Excellent.
Oh, and I also, you can use this or not. I would love to say also that when you use the three fingers, you will find you automatically become more lucky. Now, I actually predict this to people. I say, particularly if we've got, say, a week between two weekends, I say, when you come back next weekend, I want you to tell me how much luckier you have been because you've been using the three fingers. Now, we know we create our luck. There's a brilliant book called The Luck Factor by, you know it?
Yes.
A psychologist called Richard Wiseman. He's very well known in England because he does these amazing experiments. And even though he's never done the Silva Method, he broke down luck to these several factors, which are all pure. One of them was observation. One of them was always being positive. If something bad happens, that was an exception. I'll learn from it. If something good happens, that's normal. And one of them was trusting your intuition. And even though he was a very sort of scientific left-brain person, he recognized the importance of listening to your intuition. Now, all of these things we can help with the three fingers. With the three fingers, we're more observant. With the three fingers, we're more open to our intuition. Our three fingers will help us to be more positive. So you can actually train yourself to be luckier by using the three fingers more. And you'll find all these coincidences and serendipities will start to happen just because you've been using your three fingers. You've had that, haven't you?
Yes, indeed. So, Lee, that's wonderful. And I think the best way for somebody, if they do want to come and reprogram it, maybe this is not the ideal time to do it. You've already explained how they could reprogram it for themselves if they have their student manuals, and they can kind of review that and go into it. If not, then there are so many Silva Method instructors around the world that they can just choose one in their appropriate time zone, and they jump in on the day that the three fingers technique is taught. Can you remind them which day of the 4-day program is the three fingers technique?
In the 4-day program, it's in the morning of 2:02, the second module.
Okay, so it's a good idea for them to come and start on the first day and continue through at least the second day.
Why not? They can redo the long relax and get reprogrammed and so forth. And of course, the second day starts with memory pegs and then goes on with the three fingers, which is also very good for memory. So yeah, that's a great way to pick it up again.
And we could talk about all the different techniques, and I'm going to be asking you at another point in time. We're going to come back, and I'd like to do more interviews with you to get your input on different techniques. But before we finish this interview, can you say what your favorite technique is, apart from the three fingers technique? What's your next favorite technique?
Oh, that's not fair. Oh gosh. If I have a favorite techniques, it's a particular moment in a particular situation. Okay. Obviously, that's one of my favorites. Mirror of the mind, I think, is pretty well everybody's favorite almost technique because you can do so much with it. But I also have a really soft spot for the laboratory and the counselors, or the laboratory and the counselors for you. Yeah.
Yeah, the lab and the counselors.
Yeah.
So there's so many different techniques. It's such a versatile program. I think I call it, or I refer to it as the most comprehensive personal development program that's out there. It includes aspects of NLP, it includes aspects of meditation, it includes aspects of prayer, it includes aspects of visualization. It basically includes the aspects of all the different personal development programs that are out there. And it's comprehensive. So it's when I took it the first time, for me, it was like, oh, this is like a how-to manual, actually.
Yeah, it is. How to use your brain and mind, because they don't teach us that much. They teach us facts and figures,
exactly,
but not the really important stuff.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
So,
yeah.
Lee, thank you very much for sharing this information, and for our
It's been
viewers.
really good fun. Thank you, Stephen. I've enjoyed this.
And for our viewers, so for those of you who'd like to see more of these videos, just click on the videos over here, and also you'll be able to download some of those some of the 200 three fingers techniques below the video in the information or the description box. So please stay tuned and continue watching our videos. Subscribe to my channel, or subscribe to Lee's channel, because you will be receiving updates and information for the Silva Method and for related techniques throughout the year. Thank you very much.
Thank you. And as we say in Silva, better and better.
If you would like to watch more videos like this, then remember to subscribe, like, and share this video with your friends. Once again, my name is Stephen Dobos, and I am an abundant scientist and coach, as well as a Silva Method instructor. See you in the next video.